Good morning. How you doing, Necromancer? Good to have you back in here. Good to see ya, good to see ya. I just had to feed the cats, get going. I've got to do a very important thing. I've also had about 3 hours of sleep. My body hates me. I gotta do the very important thing of refilling my medicine. And I'm taking today's meds. Because that is most important right now. 6, 7. Always take your meds. Meow! Good morning! How you doing? 2 and 4, 6, 7. I will hydrate in a moment. Because I'm just filling my pill container. I've missed you too. How you doing? Necromancer Mewtwo is my childhood friend, my bestie, one of my soul sisters. Yeah, good friends end up becoming siblings. I just adopt them. So yes, Mew is like family to me. Does Coke Zero count as hydration? Because that's what I've got. My hot chocolate is just still a little too hot. Yeah. Good morning. I missed you too. How you doing? You know, you had me on Discord. Hello, Tessa. You haven't eaten your food yet. Good enough. How is the edumacations going? And we were studying. It's Coke Zero from last night. We did a grocery order and they were out of like half of the things we ordered. So that includes Coke Zero. So we had to walk up to the gas station to get some. It's so expensive. Let's get back to work here so that Necromancer can finally have his art prints. Do you like the colors, Necromancer, or do you want her in dark colors? You got accepted in your program conditionally? Hey, good job! Good job, that's great! Conditional acceptance is better than none. The light colors are fine. Okay. In case you're wondering, Mew, we are working on a very special edition, thank you, Kurt, because Necromancer is an insane man. And he funded like 90% of the walking pad. I have a walking pad now. That can be less chunk. And it's working. My weight is going down. I forgot to weigh myself this morning, but it is going down. And here I am drinking a hot chocolate, but it's homemade hot chocolate with, like, controlled amounts of sugar. Am I walking currently? No, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to draw. Plus, I'd be like hunched over, like bent over at the desk. One day. One day I will be able to get or make a standing desk. We're just working on the shoes. And then we have to finish the hair, and then do all the shading, and piercings. Yep. Luckily, sheepies are a lot faster, but I've made the rule that I don't work on the weekends because otherwise I'll burn out. And I will also destroy my shoulder more. Okay. I didn't name my layers. Okay, this is socks. This is shoe. This is pants. Yes, the foot gloves. Unfortunately, there is no word for gloves in German. So gloves in German is Handschuhe. You saw treadmill, you click? Hello! Ziggy of the Dead, welcome. First time chat. How you doing? Thanks for coming by the island. We're working on a special edition thank you card. The little number will disappear on this one because there doesn't need to be a number. I don't even know where that layer is. But this will be available later as a your character here. So in this example, oh god, I've moved all of my layers. We'll turn off this character here. Thing. I guess this one. Okay. This is the original. You clicked for the treadmill. That's an interesting choice. The treadmill is because this was originally a thank you card for supporting the crowdfund I had on Throne for a walking pad. Because my doctor told me that I was at risk of blood clots. I had to be scanned in my leg for one, just in case. It runs in my family on both sides for women, so I get the double whammy of suckage. And now that I'm getting old, now that I'm getting older, I'm not old yet, I won't accept it. I set up a crowdfund for it, and the Necromancer is an insane person who funded 48 of the 50 cards. So it's like 80% of the that song that cuts off 80% of the fund. So yeah, Necromancer's an insane dude. So we're drawing his character from his some D&D campaign. Necromancer? I can't remember. It's been so long since you told me the details. Let's open up the painting. Necromancer commissioned me back in December for a full painting portrait of his character, whose design I am finalizing. Should be able to see most of that. Still don't know where my canvas is. There we go. Should be able to see most of it. But that's the painting we're working on. It's probably about 78% there. So that's what we're working on. We're working on a little thank you card. I'm just finishing up the details on the chibi. And then we're going to be probably moving on to a different piece of art for the time being. Are you on a treadmill currently? Are treadmills just gonna become like my meme? If treadmills become my meme. It's a very unusual meme. Necromancer is in a silly mood this morning. I think, yeah, that's where the name goes. Okay, close this. That's what I'm gonna turn off, thank you. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Name our layers so we don't have a problem when we first opened up again. I'm just gonna do the lining in red so that I can see what I'm doing. You know, I don't think it can run on my on mine. I don't know what speed it goes up to, but I did a half-mile walk on it on Saturday. I didn't do one yesterday because we were, I say we, my roommate and I went for a nice long walk yesterday because the weather was nice, but now it's snowed again. It's already happening. You need to change your name. Need to change my name to Torre de Miru. Wait till that one Japanese person comes back in here who doesn't speak any English at all. Live and die by the treadmill, yep. You would think that my weight wouldn't be such that it is. Because I walk literally everywhere. But there's this thing for 4 years that prevented me from going places. And while everybody else is like, well, yeah, opportunity to lose weight, I'm like, I just got fatter. But you know, it's strange that, like, after I took a flight, my weight actually went up. And I started getting swelling in my legs, which is why I was at risk for blood clots. My doctor was really so concerned because it's yeah, it was just strange that of all things, a flight is what caused the swelling in my legs to start, which is like one of the precursor indicators to blood clots. Who would have thought? I am gripping my pen to death. So, how did you get into treadmills? knew someone who had the same problem, so I let them use my other treadmill. Yeah, how did you get into treadmills? Like, is it just a... Like, is it just a fitness thing? Do you just prefer it for fitness? Or do you live someplace with really bad weather like I do? You're like, oh man, I need someplace to go to get exercise. Don't like lifting weights. I know a lot of people who are like weights fanatics. I know a lot of gym rats. Actually, I know a lot of people. I'm just realizing, like, I know a lot of people. My life is enriched. I just started streaming for the heck of it, and most of the people who show up are my European friends who I met in Germany. Mostly started streaming as a way to make sure I had a consistent schedule and worked on my art. And I say consistent, but I'm very inconsistent about what time in the morning I stream, because sometimes we'll start at 7. It's now 9:24. I've been a runner for a year now, mainly outdoors. Yeah, I knew someone who worked at I don't know if you have them where you live, but the running room, and they sell shoes. Yes, Deutschland. Yeah, and he was a runner for many years. I don't know if he still does anymore. I lost contact with him. He's one of my brother's friends. You guys still see what I'm doing here? I'll put it more on screen there. I'm just gonna stick with the worsening roads here so I convert it to indoor running. Yeah. You in America? I hear the US has really bad road maintenance. Discover their cool online running games you can play on treadmills. Yes. Our roads are built, maintained on hopes and prayers. Yeah. We just have winter, like deep winter, and then spring, and then our roads go. They just die every season. So we have to remake our roads frequently, so a lot of our taxes in Canada go into roads. Luckily I live in the south part of Canada. The southest part of Canada. Where the roads aren't so bad. That moment when you're not sure if it's dust on your screen or a pen mark. Yeah, some of the uh, interactive exercise programs are really good. I know I have season 1 of Zombies Run. They switched to a subscription service when they released seasons 2 and 3, and anything after that, I just don't know about it because they'll never get my money. If you offer a subscription service, I will never buy it. Just fun new enough running because the treadmill is cool. You can run with people online. Yeah. It group exercise makes it so much easier because you have someone to keep you accountable. And I think that's why the streaming really works for me in terms of getting my art done. Because it forces me to sit down and concentrate. And with ADHD that I was recently diagnosed with quite late in life, I have found that this really helps a lot. I'm actually getting things done. And I'm earning a little bit of money while doing it. By the way, Ziggy, if you get an advertisement, just let me know and I will pause what I'm saying. So that you're not left out. Unless, of course, you can pop out the mini window in Firefox and just pretend skip the ads. I do that all the time. That looks like a shoe, right? Necromancer! Thank you for hosting.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Ziggy of the Dead to the island.
Welcome to the island, Ziggy the Dead. I hope you enjoy your time with Necromancer. He's currently staying at the inn. Prime subscriptions I had set up originally to stay at the inn, because apparently they don't count towards one of the like weird Twitch goal things. But I'm just gonna change it so everybody gets a house. I just haven't done that yet. I've been neglecting stuff for my own stream over doing art on the stream. But I have a lot of stuff in the works. Ziggs. Ziggy DW? Necromancer has named you. You're his now. If you name something, does it make it yours? It's like licking things to claim them as your own. No one Cards Against Humanity card. Oh, don't worry. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Sometimes the short forms, I miss them. I don't always know. It's not a commonly used one. Okay, this red starting to... There. I think for now, we'll go back to the shoe color. We'll start cleaning it up. I'll have to do something about the laces, but oh god, that'll be so annoying. So I'll do the laces off stream because it'll take me 1,000 years to get right. If I even want to do laces, these might just be those slip-on sneakers, in which case I'll probably do some sort of banding across the front. As old people are with the with the times and all the newfangled lingo, yeah. Well, I was talking about that with my roommate last night. Or was it the other night? I think it was the other night. Ziggy is fine, but Iggy is an absolute crime. So, there's a story about that. My nickname with everybody else is Iki, I-K-K-I, because it's my first and last initials as a palindrome. It's also the short form for Icarus, which is another character of mine. And I met people on an RP site where I played Icarus, so people started calling me Iki. And I think it's because they were watching Air Gear at the time, and the character was named that too. It was really popular back then. Oh, I wait. We will wait for Mew. Oh. Our shoe has revealed the foot. Thank you, Necromancer, for hosting Mew.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Mew Juice to the island.
You now have access to all the Meowmotes. Well, at least the ones that are available to that tier. I honestly wish I could just set all of my emotes to just tier 1. Here is the issue with the shoe. Let's grab these two. We'll increase the size of the shoe, which means we'll have to fix the sock. Okay, so continuing the story. My roommate actually met me on that site, and her best friend was also on this site. Oops. And her best friend is called Christine, but it's spelled really funny. If she ever comes by, but she's not a morning person. You'll see her one day probably. Her mom thought that my name was Iggy, so she kept calling me Iggy, and I'm like, why do you keep calling me this? And she's like, is that your name? Isn't that what everybody calls it? I'm like, no, it's Iki. And she was just so mortified. But I was like, please stop calling me that. Hold on, I have to let Tesla out of my room. Nugget! Alright, I'll be right back. No, I'm not waiting for you to eat more for kibble. Sorry, Nugget. I have a cat named Tesla, just so you know. That's why Iggy is a crime, yes. Sorry if my avatar did weird things while I was gone. I should probably check to make sure it's set right again. Oh, let's see. There we go. Yes, Iggy is a crime of a name. And she still occasionally defaults to Iggy. I rarely see the woman, but because I have to go like 9 hours drive north of where I live. But that one time I visited them, and like the town was under like an evacuation warning because of the forest fires. Northern Canada in the summer. I'll never forget that. The sky was apocalyptic. $20,000 steps a day, wow. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It was like 2018. My roommate and I were doing like 5K steps a day together. And it was mostly to prove to her mom that we do indeed walk everywhere. Because her mom was like, "Oh, you know, you guys are you guys aren't getting enough exercise," and we're like, "Uh-huh." So we had our Fitbits linked up with her mom's, so she could see our scores. She didn't bother us again after that. After we did like 20K in a weekend, and she's like, "Wow, you guys really do walk as much as you say." I have no patience for walking that long. Yeah, well, like I said, I walk everywhere, so doing that much walking is really easy when you have to get places. Where we lived before also didn't have like great transit, because it was like my roommate was going to college, and the college was kind of in this like pseudo suburban area. And so, like, the buses weren't really great, and there was really nothing nearby. But now I live, like, smack in the middle of downtown of a relatively large city. Oh, well, I guess it's more of, like, a medium-sized city. But, like, we have some of the world's best public transit here. I know people like to say Ottawa has the world's best public transit, but I think they lie. They're just lying, not to everybody else, but to themselves. That's better. I was like, this shape is wrong. This shape is bothering me. At least 8K a day steps is healthy. Honestly, nothing was recommended to me. My doctor just said move more. Why would I smack downtown? Because it's dumb. There's only restaurants. There's no grocery store. All these people live here. There's no freaking grocery store. I think the hope is for the train to fix a lot of issues. Yeah, right, the train that never runs because it's always broken. My dad keeps telling me, he's like, yeah, the train's broken again. And all the blasting out in the East End has sent all the rats from the fields and around the highway into the neighborhood. So they're having this huge rat problem now. Yeah, the train that never runs. They're like, this is gonna save our transit problem. It's like, no, funding will save your transit problem. And maybe not taking 20 years to build the goddamn train. My city built their train in 5. Does he need to borrow Tiggy? Will Tiggy eat rats or just be scared of them? I know that my cats wouldn't know what to do with a rat. Tesla might try to eat it, even though it will be the same size as him because he has dwarfism. But an actual wild rat, probably the same size as Tesla. He hunts anything that moves, just people. He doesn't like fair enough. We took care of Christine's rats, her pet rats once, and like Atlas and Mathis had no idea what to do with these rats. They were just so confused by their existence. When Bruce's metabolism is moving more, yeah, my brother and I have both seen the paper that says that like a brisk 10-minute walk immediately after eating anything is just as good, if not better, than taking metformin. Walking and dancing are really some of the best exercises you can do. And honestly, whenever I have a good walk, I always feel rather invigorated afterwards. It's pretty nice. I think that's why I've had so much energy in the last few days, is because my roommate's been getting pretty serious about her health too, because her weight was really high and she's managed to push it back down again. And mine ballooned recently too. Like, the only thing I've done recently is start actually cooking. Eat good food, gain weight. My foot is itchy. There you go. Sorry, my foot was very itchy. Yep. Walking is fantastic. So I think we're going to pull down some of the design from up there onto the shoe. So, finer lines. So zoom in more! Got used to being really active, guys. Stretch, hydrate, and posture check, man. So much to do all at once. Everybody, make sure you get your waters or your liquid sustenance, preferably sugar-free, and unshrimp that spine. I have no idea what my avatar is doing right now. Oh god, my shoulder. Full care package. I just hurt myself. Don't do that. Not recommended. Naff. Welcome. Jesus, guys. Ow. This is still this one movement in my arm, man. But everybody, just hydrate, stretch, unshrimp your spines. Chris Moon-ass looking weirdos. Neff. Good morning, Neff. Thanks for coming by. Velcro's watching me from the window. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you making all those weird noises? I had 3 hydrates in a row. I'm gonna have to make sure I have a water bottle on my desk for you guys. Just got out of bed. Now, if that's what I did too, I rolled out of bed and I started stream. I even slept an hour past my alarm. Yes, I did the adult thing. My roommate will be proud of me. I set an alarm today. I set an alarm for every day this week, except for weekends, because I don't stream on the weekends. Dude got the spine fixed like Bane to Batman. Yeah, really. Probably a good idea to have a water bottle with you. One of the points between all of us used to drown you at this point, yeah. Gonna have to make an electrolyte drink because you guys are gonna just wash me free of all of my salts. I'm gonna have to put a timer on that one, man. Because you're gonna have to make me go pee. Only got my friend Sean to drink more water by giving him a 1-gallon water bottle. No, I have this cool, like, wine bottle that I got at Conquest last year. I think it had someone's mead in it. And I was like, dude, that bottle's really cool. Can I have it? And they're like, sure. And so they gave me the bottle with the rest of the alcohol in it. You're gonna run out of points, Necromancer. Is this the equivalent of drink, 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 drink? Yes, standing every 5 minutes. Standing for 5 minutes every hour is a very good way to get your blood flow going. And for your back. I like to wiggle. A little back and forth. My tracking's not good, but... yeah. Shots, 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 shots. Yeah. The only time I drink is in Germany. So, if I'm lucky, once a year. Although I do have this really nice sake, but I'll only have it if I order in like the really good sushi, which we rarely do. I couldn't find the sake that I really like, which is called Yuki Hotaru, or Snowfire in English. It comes in a blue bottle. I picked it up one day because I was like, oh, this bottle's pretty. And it's sake, let's try it. And it ended up being like a very smooth flavored sake. It's not harsh like some of the cheaper ones are. But I couldn't find that, and I didn't want to get one of the cheap ones that I had had before. So I picked up this one called Soto. And on the label, it recommends to drink it cold, which is kind of weird. I tried it cold. It was not bad. But next time I have some, I'll definitely try it hot, because I much prefer my sake hot. When you sit too long, your back compresses more, which is actually the cause of back pains. Yeah, especially if you're heavy, too. And me, I'm like full, like, back and body hurts. I was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis when I was 3 years old, so I don't know what a day of no pain feels like. I have no idea. I have been in pain every day of my life. All 39 and a half years. shouldn't drink. Chronic depression and anger issues. Good thing it all tastes pretty yucky to me. Well, yeah, good. If it tastes yucky, then you won't drink it. Hopefully. If you don't enjoy it, why would you do it? Most of my friends don't drink at all. I'm pretty sure my roommate is one of those people who's incapable of getting drunk. She's never gotten drunk and she's never gotten high. And it's not from abstinence, it's just she's just built different, I guess. These old people represent, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I hardly drink. If I drink, it's because other people around me are drinking, or I'm enjoying it. Because Conquest is for drinking. Yeah, looking pretty decent. Getting there. Let's fix the sock here. Oh, oh. I wish the little cursor for the eraser would show you something slightly different. Like it would be visually differential from just the round brush. Because like that, I was on the eraser and tried to paint with it. There again. My foot gloves are coming along, yes. Too bad we're not drawing any hand shoes. I think I'm gonna make a little tag back here, this color, not white. It's looking pretty good. The shoes still need a little bit more work. I think design-wise, that's not too bad. Got a lot of shoes because of running, yes. I would imagine so. I just bought new shoes recently because I had to. Turns out that the shoes I was wearing were from 2019. And they had literal craters. Oh, work meetings later, Necromancer. You heading off? I'll see you again next time. Probably tomorrow. We'll see how I'm functioning. Yeah, my shoes had literal craters in the bottom of them where they had worn out. I was about to wear through the entire sole of my shoe. Alright, well, if not, we'll probably have raided into CNOT, because that's usually where I go. Tuesdays we're raiding into Moko Maid if they're on when I finish. Because they do Titty Tuesday, and it's funny as hell. Naff! So we've got one shoe. I miss you all. When I started running, I thought that I could get away with just one shoe, and then I realized how good it was to have different shoes for different types of runs. I've heard that that's a thing. I'm very much a... I spent last summer wearing a pair of Tabi, so basically the equivalent of barefoot shoes, and I never knew that my feet could feel that good. Oh, cats are hyper. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard that that's a thing. I have to take a small break because that stretch actually hurt my shoulder. So we'll just sit and chat for a bit. I didn't turn on my light. That's why my avatar's probably having trouble. That better. There we go. Let me fix that a bit. Ugh. I really need to... Yeah, zoomies. It's zoomies time. Avatar, are you alright? Nameless? At least the eye tracking's working. The body tracking, not so much. Let me go into my Vinian and reset that again. There we go. Now I'm not hunched over, strangely. Okay, yeah, I need to take a little bit of a break for my shoulder. I have a permanent shoulder injury, ironically, from drawing. I am just falling apart at the seams. Since you have treadmills, all you need is a shoe that isn't too cushioned because you'll roll your foot on them. Ah. My roommate also had one of those little walking pads, but she got like the newest version that has like the little vibration thing in it, and like the belt was really short, and it turns out that that model, exactly as I suspected, was frequently one to break down, and she was all stressed out 'cause she's like, oh, I broke it, and what if I'm doing something wrong? And I'm like, no, it's probably just that model. And so she returned it, got her money back. I don't know if she's going to order another one, but I'm going to test the hell out of this one so that she can decide whether she wants to get the same model I had. I got the model down that doesn't have the like weird little vibration thingy and actually has like the head of the thing that has like controls on it and stuff. Because I took one look at the small one. And I was like, well, one, that belt is too short, so I'll probably fall off the end. And also, the extra vibration, well, that'll just damage things like the motor and like set screws and wires loose inside. And it's a feature that I'll probably never use. So, I decided not to go with that model. And I'm glad that I didn't, because according to the reviews, it does break down within like the first 6 miles. That's what. Okay, a treadmill is a softer platform. That's why very soft shoes is just too soft where you could roll your feet. Yeah, and I've always had a problem with rolling my ankles. When I was a child, I was pigeon-toed. So the way they fix that is they put my shoes on opposite feet. I guess that's how they fixed that back then. I no longer have that problem, thank goodness. The arthritis never went away though. It just got worse. It was just like, pain. Yes, just learn to like it. You'll live a good life if you learn to enjoy it. This is how you become a masochist. Your treadmill board is meant to bounce because that absorbs all the shock from your steps. But if it vibrates, that's a different thing. Yes. Yeah, they try to do like this 4-in-1 thing with their newest model. And I took one look at it, I'm like, that's gonna break really fast. And it's gonna break just out of warranty. Because that's how that works. The one I have now, I am currently between 1 and 4 pounds overweight on. But it's the highest weight rating I could get. Yes, I am over 320 pounds. It sucks. Pandemic did me dirty, man. So I'm working really, really hard to get that off. It's a struggle. Learn to ignore the pain to the point where every doctor I've had said, I understand why you're always angry. Yes, pain will color your whole existence. You know, the treadmill's max speed is like 4 miles per hour, which is speed walking, and that's my regular walking speed. I'm one of those people, like, you get me walking, I just go. I cannot walk slowly. I don't like it. But if you need a treadmill, 4 miles per hour could feel like a jog. Yes. I usually set my treadmill to 2. I'm having to learn the numbers because I'm Canadian, so I use kilometers per hour, and I don't know why, because I think China's metric, so I don't know why the product is solely in miles per hour for the North American version, when half of North America uses metric and the other half uses imperial. I hear a kitten doing things you shouldn't. Velcro, what are you doing? I have four cats, by the way. They're always getting into things. Use kilometers. Oh no, it's okay. The walking pad only operates in miles. So, I work in miles in terms of the walking pad. Everything else is metric, except for a lot of things. There's a flow chart for Canadians when we use imperial versus metric. But yeah, the walking pad operates only in miles, so I have to use those numbers. But I used to walk 6 kilometers a day, which is apparently 3.72 miles. Unfortunately, we're so close to the US, we have to learn imperial and metric. Yeah, well, we used imperial for a long time too. I think we switched over in like the 70s, the late 70s. So my aunt still uses Fahrenheit for things, but my parents, even though they're older than my aunt, all use metric. So like I think we officially switched over in the 70s, but like they started using metric earlier than that, and they started teaching metric in school earlier than that. And also, like, My uncle, who's married to my aunt, was married to my aunt. He passed away in 2011, so she's married since then, and that guy died too. And now she's married again. And I haven't met that one yet. She has really bad luck with men. But my uncle, who is considerably older than her, he used only imperial. He refused to use metric. He's one of those people who was like, I am set in my ways! Oh, Uncle Carl, I miss you. You gave me beer as a child. That man! Oh, the things that he did. He was a great photographer, though. I'm only used to kilometers. I remember someone was pacing me in an online event and had to use a converter while I was running to figure out how fast they were going. Wait, so are you using miles or kilometers, Ziggy? Ah! One in every stream. Away with the corn dog. Ban. Corn dog has been banned. Death. Meowder. Nah, someone else will report them. I just ban them. They probably already have like 400 notes on their account saying, bot seller! Anyone who buys views has no respect for themselves or their audience. Use kilometers since this is a thing we use here. Are you Canadian? Or are you somewhere else in the world? You're in one of the countries that uses real units. I know so many Americans that I like default most people online are probably American. Damn. I just ripped off half my thumbnail. Oh. You're from the other side of the world. Well. It's late there. Well, not that late. Well, depending on where you are. I mean, you could be Australian. Then it would be late. Then it would be like 10 p.m. I know a few Australians. This is a song that ends too early. We really need to do something about that. Not worthy of the power of Australians. Yes, Australians are very powerful. Apparently they found a new, more poisonous spider. And they simply called it Big Boy. And I don't know how to feel about this. But it is the most poisonous spider in the world. And, of course, it's Australian. And, yep. Recent discovery. I don't even want to look it up. I have heard this from another person. God's beta testing ground. Oh, I like that. Good job, 2 points. One's accurate. I mean, you look at the platypus and you're like, what? It's UV reactive, man. A dinner plate sized jumping bird spider? Shockingly, it's from Africa, not Australia. Yeah, Africa's got some pretty weird shit, too. It's the hot places. This is why most of the human population lives in cold places. This is why I like the cold. It's also safe from zombies during the winter because they'll just freeze solid. It's safety. The cold, it's a safe place. The snow is a great insulator. Did you know that? This polar bear needs his ice and snow. Yes, us northerners. And I'm not even that north compared to my roommate. We call her a frost giant. She's also giant. She's almost 6 feet tall. We're gonna step away for just a moment. We're gonna cut off our music, or maybe not. Ah, the BRB screen still uses music. Does it? Maybe not. Can you guys hear the ocean waves? Because it says they're playing, but I haven't heard them in a long while. Anyways, I'll be right back. You guys made me drink too much. And that is very accurate, Mew. Snow can be used for all those things. Alright, hi, I'm back. I'm guessing you can't hear the ocean wave noise that's supposed to be playing in the background. And we're back. I picked up a cranberry ginger ale flavored water from Leverage. My roommate saw a new flavor, wanted to try it, ended up hating it. I actually really like it, but she likes the peach bubbly, and I think that's just... I like that there are species of spiders that got imported to other countries, and the origin country was Australia. Yeah, I think there was a movie kind of like that. It's called Arachnophobia. I saw a little snippet of that as a child, and I think that I think that sorry for the yawn, professional streamer. I think that made me scared of spiders as a child. Also, that time that when I was in Brownies, and the Girl Guides had a dock spider in a jar, and they threw it at me. Not the jar. They had the big mouth of the jar open, and they flung the opening towards me with a dock spider in it. And if you know dock spiders, they're pretty big. And I never quite got over that. Sometimes have nightmares about it. So there's that. The zombie effect virus, for example, it doesn't affect animals. Zombie apocalypse will be over in about 2 weeks thanks to all the scavenger animals. That is probably true. Then I'm a zombie. And I'm a zombie in my lore. I can hear you. Okay. Yes, my BGM is looping back. I have a very short playlist, but if anybody has any like Asian-oriented game soundtracks that have chill vibes, I will take recommendations because I'm having trouble finding music that's copyright free on both Twitch and YouTube. Game soundtracks are typically allowed because they want people to be able to play the games. But yeah, songs kind of like the one that's playing now. Things that have more of that Asian tilt to it, I much prefer. My character's whole background is based sort of like a cross between ancient China, Japan, and Polynesia. He's from a tropical island. Well, not just an island, but it's 9 islands. 2 BGM. Like the music itself is doubling? Because there's supposed to be like a faint ocean wave in the background. I turned it up a little bit too high. But there is supposed to be music in the background. Yeah, for some reason, I can't hear the ocean waves. And I don't know why. We're at the chatting segment of art and chat, by the way. There comes a time when I just stop doing the art and continue chatting. But hey, treadmill. I guess I could show you the stuff from my character, too. I play in a LARP called Conquest of Mythodia. It takes place in Wroclaw, Germany, and it is the world's largest fantasy LARP. And the character I play there is called Nameless because he is cursed to have no name. And he can't remember his old name, that's part of the curse, so he has no idea what his name was, and you can't give him a name or a nickname. You can only name him as something that's like an object, like a category of objects. So people call him Nameless for the short form of something that is nameless. It is weird that it's doubling. It shouldn't. I'll have to take a look at that after stream, but for now I'll just turn down the music a little bit. I wonder if it's because... Oh, you know, no, it's not that. I thought maybe it was trying to play my own Twitch in the background, which I usually have turned off. Because I don't like to... Okay, is it still doubling? Turn on the monitoring. I don't think so. Is it still doubling? We picked up his desktop audio. Okay, yeah, maybe. Let's take a look at the properties here. Yeah. Yeah, we're diagnosing some audio troubles. I think what was happening is I had Twitch on in the background in my browser, and even though I have it muted, it was still picking up that audio, I think. Let's turn it up and see if that's still going on. Because if that's been happening for a while, like, damn, you guys have been getting a scuffed stream for a long time. But my monitoring should be off. They don't make it intuitive, that's for sure. Yeah, okay, then that's what was happening. It was playing the YouTube, or not the YouTube, the Twitch audio in the background from my browser. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I think I'll just mute that tab individually from now on. I think I'd like to turn down, yeah. Sorry, I had it. I turned it up so that we could fix the audio issue. Is that better? Hydrate! Yeah! This time it's water. It's just cranberry ginger ale flavored. It's tasty. Though, not so much after hot chocolate. You can easily hear me now. Good. I will keep those settings in mind. I'll turn down the ocean waves a bit. Sometimes they get loud. Sometimes they're really quiet. Like I'm watching the audio levels. And I'm gonna have to increase the price of that. Or put a pause on it. You people. You're trying to drown me. I live in an island nation. There's enough water here. You can't drink most of it, granted. The crest in the top corner, not the red one, but the white one, is the crest of my character's nation. The 9 islands. And they're all volcanic. So, lots of volcanoes. There's wind, waves, hurricanes. Yep. Took me a long time. 20 minutes for a hydrate cooldown? What? Wow. Arcane only has like a 5-minute cooldown on things. I thought that was long. Eventually, I want to get, like, tits installed so you can throw things at me. Because throwing things at me would be fun. I like throwing things at my friends. Sione is my roommate, and she has her own thing that happens when you hit hydrate, and cans of Cloak Zero will fall down from the sky and like land on her head. She also has pester balls, which look like Pokeballs, and they just fling from off screen and hit her in the face. It's hilarious. Get what installed? Tits. Tits. It's exactly what you heard. I'm going to install tits. Oh, you live in a tropical climate. Okay, a local folklore vibes. That is sort of what I was going for. I Tits is a program. I forget what it stands for. Everybody just calls it Tits, but it's an interactive thing. Yeah, I would rather not have actual tits. Thank you. But yes, tits will be an upgrade to stream. Apparently it's processor intensive, but hey, I've got a good processor in here. It's pretty decent. So I think my computer should be able to handle it. But yes, I recently got into a Chinese author named Mosheng Tongshu. I think that's how you say it. MXTX for short. They wrote Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation, Heaven Official's Blessing, and Scum Villain's Self-Saving System. Those are the English names for their novels. And I kind of fell in love with the wuxia xianxia genre. It's very similar, I found, to the kind of stuff that I write. Future Sega, I've installed tits. Also, check out my throne. There's a second PC just for streaming on there. No, I got this PC specifically for streaming and gaming. I don't play a lot of really intense games, but I knew that for VTubing stuff that I would need a computer that's relatively strong. And my last computer was a 2017 MacBook Pro, and it died, so I was using a 2016 HP Envy, and it uses 100% of its CPU to boot up Windows. So I can't even run a browser and a word processor at the same time on that one. So, and that's now my travel laptop. So when I visit my parents, that's the only computer I have. Wuxia. I'll type it in the chat. It's the cultivation style stories in primarily Chinese, but I believe other Asian cultures, sort of, like qi. Wuxia. I'm probably not saying it quite right. I have difficulty with pronouncing things in other languages. I don't know if you noticed, but the way I speak is pretty strange too. Even for an English speaker, I have an auditory processing disorder, which apparently is an indicator of ADHD. When as a child, I used to say "Hello, doctor." Looks like it's wuxia. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what little accent goes over that I. Wuxia, wuxia, wuxia. There you go. And I feel like Necromancer's just making fun of me at this point. Sometimes I take a little bit to get in on the uptake. But that's the costume I'm gonna try and make for this year's event. It won't look that good on me. Not unless I lose like 100 pounds in the next 3 months. I don't get this reference. I know what Bad Boys is, but I haven't actually seen it. Itchy head. No, I haven't seen Bad Boys, which is strange for someone my age. But I do know the theme song. What you gonna do when they come for you? They're not very good movies. I did watch all 4 back to back, though. I mean, sometimes bad movies are good, right? You just gotta be in the mood for them. It's like the animated Dragonlance, Dragons of Autumn Twilight. It is so bad. It's so bad. And then there's movies that are so bad that they're good, like the original Judge Dredd. But only like the first 30 minutes. The rest of it is just kind of like, eh. But the first 30 minutes are just pure comedy gold. Good way about weight loss is just being consistent, also being patient with it. Yes, there is no rushing weight loss. You took a long time to put the weight on, it's going to take a long time to come off. And you have to keep that in mind. And it's also harder to get it off than it is to put it on. You just have to be consistent. It's the same thing with the streaming. I used to have terrible anxiety before I started streaming. If I wait until there is no Stallone dread. Yeah, well, I mean, after Stallone went, like, yeah. The streaming used to cause me anxiety, so if I stream in the evening, I will spend the entire day being anxious about it. And so I can't stream in the evenings, I've discovered. But one morning, I decided to stream at, like, 7 a.m. And now that's just what I do. So I'm here to give people morning energy. At least, you know, in the Eastern Seaboard. Depends on where in the world you are, but for me, it's like Eastern Seaboard. You get me in the mornings, hopefully around 8 a.m. because the time changed, and my body's like, nah, I'm gonna wake up at 8 because that used to be 7. The being anxious about an appointment streaming that's later in the day is also a very ADHD thing. Yes. If I have an appointment that I have to go to, my whole day is just gone. Which is why I like early morning appointments and I like early streaming. I want to crawl back into bed. Yeah, me too. I've only had about 3 hours of sleep. But when my roommate gets up, we're going to be going to the Walmart and to the pet food store or to the best store to buy cat food because it's been 3 months since our last order went through on Amazon for cat food, and it's too expensive. So we actually have to go out and get it and carry it back. Yeah, you do the same thing. Yeah, having ADHD meds is the best thing that ever happened to me, other than the antidepressants. In terms of medically, those two things have saved me. We'll just leave it at that. They just saved me. I like morning appointments for the same reason, but also because my doctor isn't late for the appointment yet. I started my 2024 obese, and I thought I would never go down 20 kilograms, but I kept running and ended my year losing more than 20. Yeah! Good job, man. Keep at it. Yeah, I am morbidly obese, and it sucks. And it doesn't help that, like, I have an old knee injury that acts up quite frequently, even just walking around. When I was at Conquest last year, I was like, oh, like, doing a lot of walking is going to be really hard for me because of my knee. And they're like, oh, well, I can help you with that. So the great thing about having a huge community of people with a wide variety of interests and skills is that there's always somebody with something new and interesting. And so this one person was like really into like medical and first aid and stuff, and she taped my knee in this way that I have never felt my knee feel that good. She just put 2 pieces of tape on my leg, and it was like a whole new knee. So, I'm gonna have to learn how to tape my knee like that. I'll get her to teach me properly. She's at the event this year. Oh, sorry. Like I said, I didn't get much sleep. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if she can teach me properly this year, because I'm afraid to do it wrong. But, like, the 4 days of that event, I was able to just walk around and not be bothered by my knee, including, like, getting in and out of the cot in my tent. It was surprising. The only issues I had getting in and out of the cot were because, like, the cot was too high. So I was like, I'm stuck. I have to use the pole in the center of the tent to climb off the cot. Because I just, like, slide back into the cot. It was, it was awkward getting up in the morning. What helped me a lot is not thinking about losing weight, just focusing on being healthy. Yeah. Everybody has, like, a different way they go about it. If I don't pay attention, then, I'll sometimes lose the plot. So sometimes I have to focus. I find, I use a productivity app called Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions, and it just has a little, like, daily checklist. I wish it had longer term tracking. I keep asking them for it, but they haven't put it in. So that I can see, like, where I'm successful and where I'm not successful over the long term. And having that little checkbox to click really helps me a lot. So I have to pay attention quite a bit to what I'm doing. Otherwise, I will lose focus. And that's the ADHD thing. And, yeah. Leg hairs, yeah. Yeah. But shaving smooth legs. I'm luckily not too hairy. Oh, do I still have 2 on my throne? The reason I had the shorter one on there was because of the St. Patrick's Day thing. Oh no, there should only be one. Yeah, the one with the longer legs can also do shorter legs, but Throne was doing a giveaway for St. Patrick's Day. And you had to have stuff that was between $10 and $100 on your wish list. And I was like, well, if push comes to shove and I win one of the draws for the giveaway, I guess it's an option and I can work with it. But the one with the long legs can also do short legs, which is cool. It's, as my dad says, good things come to those who have options.
I was just talking to someone getting back into shape. She spoke to a trainer who gave her a list of foods and basically kept telling her she picked the wrong health foods, totally killed her drive to get into shape. Yeah. I mean, if you keep telling somebody they're doing something wrong, it's negative feedback, and that doesn't help. It's like when I go home and my parents are like, oh my god, you've gotten so fat. And I'm like, thanks. Not helpful. Whereas, like, my roommate, she got pretty heavy, and so she started cutting calories, and she has a very unhealthy relationship with food. So she's like, every time she eats something, she's like, oh, God, I hate myself and I can't make the right decisions and everything I eat is wrong. And I'm like, no, we just don't move enough. And so she started doing more exercising, and I think it's helping her mental health a little bit, which is great, and I'm glad that she started doing that, because I need someone to go for walks with me, otherwise I don't do it. It's like the streaming. I need somebody to be with me here, otherwise I don't do it. So I'm very thankful for everybody who shows up all the time, because it helps me a lot. It gives me somebody to talk to. I tried for like 15 years to do YouTube, and nobody ever watched the videos, and like there's this one guy who just, I think he comments automatically. I think he has a bot that comments for him that just says commenting for support with like a thumbs up. Yeah, and I know he's real because he actually replied to one of my comments once, so he's a real human. It was just so I was very inconsistent with YouTube because I didn't have anyone to do it with, and that's why the streaming works so well for me. So my roommate was absolutely right that streaming is something that I enjoy very much. The biggest struggle is always staying consistent. Yup. And you wouldn't be consistent if there's always pressure expecting yourself to achieve your goals. Yes, and this is why smaller, like, short-term goals are great. Like, my ultimate goal weight is 175 pounds. I think that's the lowest that I could go without being underweight for, like, my bone structure and my body shape and, like, just genetic type. Anything lower than that and you start to be like too skinny. At least for me, everything's different. But like I have smaller goals. Like my goal right now is to get below 300 pounds, and it's disturbing to say that, but also like it's a small digestible goal, and somehow I got to this weight. So I have to work hard to get it down too. But it happens. Depression is a beast. It's a horrible, vicious, terrible beast. And mental health is a strange thing. The brains are strange little beans in our heads. Wrinkly beans in our heads that we still don't fully understand how they work. And it's important to take care of them. If your bean is broken, you're not expected to run on a broken leg. You can't run on a broken wrinkly bean. Okay? So if you need help, it's not wrong to get help. I know there's a lot of stigma still around, like, psychs. Oh, you're gonna go see a shrink? Huh? No. If you have internal bleeding, you're gonna go see a doctor, right? If you have a broken leg, you're gonna get a cast and you're gonna rest it, right? If you have a broken wrinkly bean, your wrinkly bean needs to be fixed, right? I know some people have smoother beans than others, but they can still break, still get damaged, and they need care. And they need very specialized care. So don't feel bad if you need help. That is my talk on mental health. Thank you for coming. unless you're trying to become a professional athlete, you don't need to make the healthiest choice, just make the healthier choice. White chicken meat instead of dark. Baked potato instead of french fries. I mean, if you can, just avoid the potato entirely and eat only meat. I'm very much an advocate of carnivore. It works very well for me when I can afford to do it. The reason I gained weight is because I started cooking and there were carbs involved. I am very, very, very sensitive to carbs. Some other people are not. Those people are lucky, but if I have carbs, I just gain weight. I didn't rush myself to eat healthy. I slowly just picked up some healthy eating habits. Yes. Habits are the best thing that you can do. They're very hard to get into, especially the ones that are big changes in your life. I still have a cheat day every week. Yeah, I got chips last night in my grocery order, and I'm trying very hard not to eat all of them in one sitting. I want that bag to last like a week. Just a little bit every day is okay, as long as I make sure I get exercise. Yeah, make healthier choices. It doesn't have to be the healthiest. And this is what I've been telling my roommate. I'm like, you can still have the things that you like, just don't have as much of them. And like, you can still have McDonald's, but have it less frequently. Instead of getting a large fry, get a small fry instead. Or like, if that's too little, get a medium fry at first and then eventually a small fry. You know, and it saves money. McDonald's is too expensive to eat now anyways. McDonald's is like rich people food. I'm like that with cleaning. I need someone along with me. Yes. Am I coming back soon? I don't know. I don't know when I'll be back. But if you need someone to sit in a call with you, Mew, while you do some cleaning, I am happy to do so. I can't always be there because I don't live in the same city anymore. But if you need someone there with you, I will sit in a call at least. What's next? I'm eating way healthier than before, but that's all a product of a year-long work of self-care. McDick's is way too expensive for the quality, yes! Oh my god, I got a Big Mac a little while ago. I only get a double Big Mac because, like, the meat to bun ratio, or rather meat to cake ratio, god, their buns are so sweet. Ugh. But like, the patties have gotten smaller. Like, you get a double Big Mac and you're getting the equivalent of what used to be just a regular Big Mac in meat. And it's just like, why? You think we wouldn't notice? No, we all noticed. We noticed your shrinkflation. Not only did you increase the price, but you reduced the amount of meat in there. And your meat isn't very good. You have to eat more vegetables? No, you don't have to eat vegetables. We eat vegetables because we like vegetables. Look up carnivore enough. If you're struggling, look up carnivore. Strict carnivore is very difficult to do. Like veganism, every extreme diet has a thing that it doesn't cover. So, be careful. Make sure you do your research, but carnivore works for me when I'm doing it. But I like vegetables too. But as I always say, fungus is my favorite food group. I love mushrooms. I have always loved mushrooms. Throw shrimp in there, shrimp and mushrooms. Oh my god. So good. I love shrimp in pretty much every form. I also love mushrooms. and beef. Cows are delicious. Milk, cheese, great. Leather, fantastic. Cows are like the best animal, and they're cute and they're friendly. I feel bad for eating them, but they do die eventually. So, I mean, old cows don't taste as delicious, apparently, but I would rather wait for the cow to be old. You know, have a good life, and then we eat you. You know, when you're ready to go. Can we do that? I would feel less bad. Picks off the mushrooms and then drops them on Seika's plate. Yeah! I'll eat your mushrooms. My roommate's always bringing me the mushrooms from her factor meals. She hates cooking, so the way she deals with making sure she eats healthy food is she gets factor. I don't get factor because it's too expensive. I just eat whatever's in my fridge, freezer, cupboard. If I'm hungry, I go and I scavenge for something. Quite often it's the wrong thing. But I have been making Chinese dumplings lately, and those are easy to just put in a steaming basket. I know what's in them because I make them from scratch. I make the wrappers from scratch, I make the contents from scratch, and I put them in the freezer, and they last a really long time. So yeah, I'm making dumplings. And I just make a huge batch, and it lasts me a couple of months, and they're very easy to eat, and they've got meat and vegetables in them. It's the texture, yes. Oh, a lot of people hate mushrooms because of the texture. Sorry, I got the hiccups from the fizzy water and talking. Ugh. If I talk too much, I get the hiccups too. It's a great job, streamer. I used to not enjoy veggies or vegetables, but I couldn't stop snacking on veggies and fruits. Yeah, I am terribly allergic to celery. I am more allergic to celery than I am anything else. If I am in the same room as celery, I will start coughing. My friends back home didn't know this, and one of them was sauteing celery in the house during the Christmas party for the Christmas dinner. Mucus probably remembers this. Yeah, I had to leave the house for a little while and like go on a walk around the block just to be able to breathe. Hydrate! Yum, 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 yum. Cranberries. Yeah, picking me up would be a bit of a hike. I hide the vegetables in chili soup and stews. That's a good way to hide the vegetables, yes. I always take philosophy of if you want to run it fast, you need to run it slow first. Yes. Helped me a lot both in running and in life, honestly. More hydrate! I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again, guys. Yep, Mutus remembers the celery incident. Everybody learned that day. Like all 12 or 15 of the friends. More hydrate. It's got kind of a weird flavor this morning. Kind of not digging it. Yeah, so everybody learned that day that Say is really allergic to celery. More hydrate. Yeah. The cranberry ginger ale is not a vibe this morning. The more I drink it right now, the less I want it. I'll set that to the side. I've still got hot chocolate and half flat Coke Zero. Remnants of last night. Posture check. And another hydrate. Just do a little... unshrimp that spine. I argue with my doctor about putting chili on my Southwest salad. They always argue, ignore the chili. I always replied, salad with chili is better than just chili. Anything is better than nothing. Yep. When I was in college, the college had a salad bar, and I would always make this spinach salad, and you could put all these little accoutrements in it, like mushrooms and cheese and all sorts of other little vegetables, like diced peppers and whatnot. God, I loved that salad bar, but it wasn't open every day. But I ate a lot of spinach salad when I was in police foundations. God, that was like 2005. Back then, finishing 3 kilometers is always hell for me. Then I discovered that I always run too fast to finish that distance. When I started running at a controlled pace, I finished my first 5 kilometers. Yes! Pacing's so important. I can walk for hours, but I can't stand still. If I stand for a long period of time, I am in so much pain that I could pass out at any minute. But if I'm walking, if I'm moving, I can just go for days. But as soon as I stop, that's when it... When as a security guard, some of my favorite shifts were escort ones, where I had to just continually walk around with some guy that was like going around fixing things in the National Defense buildings. I kind of miss that. My other favorite positions were the long-term ones, where I was in control of like a front desk for weeks at a time. Yeah, work hard and smart. Yeah, when I was in control of the front desk for weeks at a time, because like we had to patrol as well, so like the night shift were the best ones because I could get up and patrol like once an hour. And yeah, we had to do a minimum of 2 patrols a night. I liked to do 5. I miss that job greatly, but they've cut back so much on people that they're like, oh, you don't have a driver's license? We're just gonna automatically deny you. Never mind that you worked for us before. But because you don't have a driver's license, well, too bad. This is the only reason I don't, you know, living in the nation's capital was good because they had a lot of commissionaires working at all the government buildings, but there's less in the city that I live in now, so they only have like 1 or 2 that have like the senior positions where they're in this one spot like all day long. And I couldn't get any daytime positions in the nation's capital because I don't speak any French, so I could only work night shift there. Because you think you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're actually doing a lot. Yes, it's going nowhere fast. That's why we have phrases like that. The wisdom of the ages. Arguably, the Coke Zero does taste better than the flavored cranberry ginger ale. The orange sparkling water is the best one. Something about citrus, it just makes everything taste good. Unless you're my roommate and it's lime. She doesn't like lime. I like lime. Lime is good. Yep, there's a few sayings. Work smarter, not harder. Going nowhere fast. And ignorance is bliss. There is no truer saying than ignorance is bliss. Although, some people in the United States are finding out that their own ignorance has cost them dearly. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the world burn. I have no say in this anymore. I vote using my head, and I vote for my local guy who's going to best represent my my interests and my needs. So, there's that. I don't vote for the party, I vote for the person. Ah, liquid sustenance. Well, that's that one done. I'm running out of drinks, Necromancer. Yeah, I'm running out of stuff to drink, man. I'm gonna have to go make more drink. Although tea probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go work on that other shoe. Now that my shoulder's hurting a little less. I'll get back to doing some actual work again. My shoulder's not hurting anymore from that streech, because I overstreached. Just trying to find the right zoom level here. There. We're back to the art of art and chat. I think this needs to come out this way more. We're sort of looking... This is such an awkward... It's such an awkward perspective to draw. Yes, more foot gloves. Oh yeah, teas are effective for weight loss. I think it's one of the things that helped me so much. Yeah, I haven't put sugar in my tea in over a decade. So actually, getting close to 15 years now. I haven't put sugar in my tea or in my coffee. I simply just don't move enough. Like, just adding in, like, trying for a daily walk has already done so much for my energy levels and my mental health. I can't even begin to express how important it is, even if it's hard, to get out and just get even the smallest bit of exercise. Use 0 calorie sugar? Yes. For some people, some people just need something sweet. My brother also, like, he uses stevia. My brother always had a sweet tooth. I'm more of a salty snacks kind of person. There's a crazy person outside, so if you hear weird shouting, yeah, there's someone tripping outside. It's downtown. Pure black coffee. My last boyfriend, he also liked black coffee. He was like, it's like a good morning kick to the face. I'm like, man, you're weird. I loved him anyways. Helps you don't like sugar, yeah. I mean, sugar is just literally poison. It's a metabolic poison. And it's as addictive as cocaine. real though. Yeah. For the people who need the caffeine, I get it. Alright, let's take a look at the other shoe. Just both out of frame. I guess I could zoom out more. Trying to make them look at least relatively consistent. I'm just gonna sketch in the bits. I know these look a little bit like Velcro shoes. I promise they are not. Not that there's anything wrong with Velcro, because he's a great cat. These are more like slip-on runners. Futuristic. Shh. But I want candies. We know Naf likes the sugar. You gotta get your crack. Every once in a while I like a bit of sugar, but trying so hard to stay away from it. Waffles are my weakness. Mew Juice knows that. Waffles are my weakness. If most people like it as sweet, 9.9 out of 10 times, I won't touch it. Yeah. I don't like things that are too sweet. Like, a little bit of sugar is fine, but I've got that, like, German bakery kind of preference where, you know, they don't use a lot of sugar. Oops. Keep going with the big brush. I used to run in the mornings before, and I do my routine of eating bread and strong black coffee before running. Food bitches. Yeah. Man, if I did that, I would just... I would be trapped in the bathroom forever if I did that, man. I would just be dead. No, no. Is that relatively the same? Yeah. Not at all. But I can do this. It is the inside of the shoe, so it is different, right? Oh, wrong button. There we go. Just confuse everybody. Let's make you all dizzy. The shape of the shoe is wrong, too. Here. I'm just sketching things in for now. I know I was like trying to do careful line art before, but I think I have to sketch it. Because it's a weird perspective. Because we're like seeing the top of the foot, right? So the big toes here, little toes here. I think we're seeing just too much. Let's see if we can. You would see less of the side of the shoe. But we need to stretch it this way. I've done goofed it. Probably because I turned it. Slightly better. Where's this tool? I love the liquefy tool. Alright, what am I missing here? Buck up is a kick in the morning. Now hide a beer somewhere. I'll be able to sniff it out. Oh yeah, I also new in VTubing. Relatively new in VTubing. Way back in the day when I did YouTube, I used to do a show where I had a whole bunch of characters, and I would sort of attempt voices for them. I gave up on that pretty fast. And so I just had little, like, text overlays, kind of like an RPG. And, hydrate posture check. So I like to call myself a proto-VTuber. The technology didn't exist to do what I wanted to do, which was basically have the characters filmed and interact with a little 3D model like this that I could do voiceovers with. But the technology just simply didn't exist when I was making that show, and that was back in 2009, 2010. And then one day, my roommate was like, look at this stuff, and I'm like, that's really cool. My computers can't run that stuff. And then the pandemic happened. Prices of graphics cards were insane. Because of all the crypto stuff, and I just couldn't afford to replace my computer. My mom eventually bought me a new computer. And here I am now. So 4 years ago I started streaming, and it was just, you know, what was on the screen, and no cam, no VTuber. So I sort of call myself a proto-VTuber. In that sense. It's stuff that I wanted to do way back, but tech didn't allow for it. And that seems to happen to me a lot. When I was younger, I thought of having a little personal computer that you could carry around. Specifically, like something you could use in the kitchen instead of a recipe book, with a website where you could enter in ingredients that you had in your fridge and spices and stuff you had in your pantry, and you could search based on those things, and that would require stuff like database and that. Fantasy, hey! Good morning, well, good afternoon, good time zone to you. How you doing today? Thanks for coming by, even if you can't stay for too long. But yes, I came up with that kind of like little tiny micro computer thing with a touch screen that was safe for use in kitchens, so that like when you were baking or something, you wouldn't get flour in it or grease and stuff. And what do you know? Today we have tablets. But yeah, I came up with that in like the 90s when I was like 10. And then in the early 2000s, like I'm talking like 2000, 2001, I was trying to design a micro case computer with a touch screen that could go in your kitchen, that could access a website that could allow you to input your ingredients and be like, what works with what I've got? But now that kind of thing is common. It's just everywhere. So technically, yes, I'm new to VTubing as a VTuber, but I'm not new to the interest in the technology and to the idea of VTubing. But nobody knows who I am, so it doesn't matter. And I'm fine with being unknown, I don't care. But that is my story. I would have also been part of Mindcrack had my Apple computer that I had at the time not shipped with a broken logic board, and Apple had told me about it. I took it in many times to get it fixed because I'm like, every time I try to record, it shuts off. And Good said later that if any girl had applied to Mindcrack at that time, when he had the open applications, when like all of the big guys like B00 and Vintage Beef joined, he would have accepted them. Any girl. And that was going to be me. But Apple fucked me over. I also didn't go to my grad show in my last college program in 2019 because Apple fucked me over. I took my computer in for repairs during reading week, didn't finish the major project for the social media group, social media management section of the program, and they had lost my phone number. So I could have had my computer for reading week, but they didn't have my phone number. So they couldn't contact me. And like, after reading week was over, I'm like, guys, what's wrong with my computer? You haven't contacted me back. You said it would be 4 days. And they're like, oh, we've been trying to call you. And I'm like, well, I haven't received any calls. And they're like, oh, what's your phone number? And they type it in and they're like, that doesn't exist. And I'm like, well then. So Apple has fucked me over twice. And on top of that, they refuse to repair my computer because they're like, oh, there's corrosion on the key, on the motherboard. That's why your keys are falling off. And I'm like, no, my keys are falling off because of the little plastic pieces of shit you use to hold them together. And they're like, well, we're not going to replace your keyboard because there's corrosion on your motherboard, and that's going to damage your keys anyway, so we're not going to replace it because we're just going to assume it's your fault. And I'm like, can you show me the corrosion on my motherboard? And they're like, no. And I'm like, no. You say there's corrosion, but you won't show it to me? And so I will never, ever, ever buy an Apple product again. Now, I'm going to be borrowing an iPhone from my roommate. It's her dad's old iPhone, and because iPhone has superior tracking, and that will be my tracking camera for my model in the future. But I will not buy one. I might buy a used one, but I will never buy anything new from Apple. I will not support Apple. I will not endorse Apple. And the only reason I'm using an iPhone is because right now they just have, bombastic side. I just... I hate them. And they treated me like an idiot. They're like, with the whole keys and computers thing, they're like, no, that's just how it works with the computers. And I'm like, I have been building my own computers since I was 14. Okay? I've been building computers longer than you've been alive. So, excuse me. I know what I'm talking about. How would you rate Apple service? Sus. Yes. Garbage. Hot, flaming, dumpster fire garbage. we're talking like Centralia levels of dumpster fire, okay? Do not buy Apple products. They are overpriced. Yes, they're nice technology. The technology in them is very nice. But their service is ass and they are overpriced. That's just it. I will never take an endorsement from Apple. Even if they offer me a free computer, I will not take it. That's how much I hate Apple. If they offered me a free, top-of-the-line computer to endorse them and say good things about them, I will never do it. And I stand by that. Yeah, they sure are expensive for using slave labor. It's like buying Louis Vuitton. I will never understand buying expensive things for the sake of expensive things. Like, I just don't get it. I understand quality, but, like, designer goods are worthless to me. Wow, it didn't like the word creep. Apple's like that. Minecraft YouTuber got caught being a creep and refused to take responsibility. Apple's like, which Minecraft YouTuber was that? Because there were a few of them. Like, all the ones that I watched weren't creeps, luckily. That Subway sandwich hit the spot. I was hungry. I guess you're not hungry anymore. Emphasis on the was. I hate companies that buy good reviews. Like, your product is shite and you know it, or you wouldn't be buying good feedback. Yeah. You know, companies that are like, oh, we want to sponsor you, but you have to say exactly what we tell you to say. I won't do it. I won't do it. I know there are a lot of content creators out there who will take whatever sponsorships they can get, but if I don't believe in the product, I will never shill it. Ever. The only reason there are advertisements on my channel is because I need to make something. Some money. Otherwise, I wouldn't have advertisements at all. But if it weren't poorer than dirt, like the dirt under my shoes, the mineral content of that has more value than I do. So you've never played Minecraft. Well, Minecraft is not for everybody, but I really like those games where I can hoard things, because I can't do that in real life. I have too much shit in real life and I'm trying to get rid of it. My room's like, you have too much stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a crafter. I have too much stuff. And now I have to take a break again because I have to go pee again, because you people are trying to drown me. And I'll make another drink just in case. I knew I was going to come back to a sea of hydrates. Any first-person perspective game can make me sick. Yeah, Vertigo. I had a problem with that for a little while. There are some days I have bad vertigo and it just sucks. Alright, I return with a sugar-free Skittles Berry Punch 750 milliliters of liquid. $946 dice. Oh, you're almost at the big 1,000 there. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I can understand that. Elevators is just torture for me. Yeah. That's pretty bad. That's 1 hydrate. 2 hydrate. And 3 hydrate. 4 hydrates. Tasty. Much tastier. I wonder if I put the cranberry stuff in here, what that tastes like. Give it a little bit of a fizz. Yeah, that's not bad. There, I found a way to use up the cranberry shit that I was drinking. My body was not vibing with the cranberry today. Fantasy. Make sure your drink is important. Yeah, I used to get really bad vertigo. I don't as much anymore, but some days, man, like, you can't even get out of bed. It's so bad. Do you think you might have, like a... God, what's it called? You can get, like, a buildup of crystals in your inner ear. And there's an exercise you can do, where you, like, turn your head really slowly in certain directions and move it while laying down, and that helps, move the crystals out of your inner ear, out of the fluid for your equilibrium. You might have that, problem. That could help you. When I get my Discord set up, I will drop that as like a little file in the help if I can find it. Didn't you just eat a sandwich? Man, 1 Subway sandwich and I'm just like, I'm stuffed. I eat half a Subway sandwich and I'm stuffed. Probably since I used to have bad ear infections. I know all about that, man. There's one shampoo, if I use it, 4 hours later, I will have an ear infection. I think there's something in herbal essence that I'm allergic to. I can't use it. I used to have, I would get hospitalized for ear infections as a child. I get them very, very easily, especially if I wear, like, headphones and I sweat. Oh, man. The ear infections that come out of that the next day are just... ugh. I stopped using IEMs, because it always irritates my ears. I don't know what that is. Is it, like... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, earbuds, yes. Yes. If I wear headphones and I get sweaty, I will get an ear infection the next day. And they're so bad. I know your pain, man. I know it all too well. I used to have tubes in my ears when I was a kid. I would have horrible nightmares because there would just be this thundering in my head when I was a child from too much fluid. It was bad. I always used to think there were like monsters stomping down the hallway. It was terrifying. I still have bad dreams about that too. The worst nightmare though I always had as a kid was everybody getting flushed down a giant toilet and drowning. That was terrifying. I still occasionally have that dream, even though I know it's completely irrational. But I am terrified of drowning and the ocean. And yet, my character is sea fiend. Why do I do this to myself? Why? I have thalassophobia, good and strong, and I'm like, yep, my character lives on an island chain, surrounded by ocean. Why? It's because the ocean is beautiful, but it's also terrifying. Like space. Space is frightful. But it's cool as shit. Facing my fears? Maybe. Maybe I'm just a masochist, I don't know. Getting those pre-hydrates in. Yeah, everything tastes weird this morning. It's one of those days. Everything just tastes wrong today. Because even that, it's like, it's almost like too much flavor today. Like everything tastes really flavorful for some reason. It is just too flavorful. Oh, you would hate being in archipelagos. Just body of water everywhere. Yeah. 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 Rehydrate. How many points do you have, Necromancer? Let's pour more of this cranberry stuff in here just to use it up. Jesus Christ, people. It's my own fault for not putting a cooldown on it. But it's funny as well, so yeah. Dude's getting waterboarded. I've lost count. I'm just gonna drink like 2 more. At least it's a delicious waterboarding. There. I believe that's... yeah, all 6. Tasty. Well... at least QB are known to be thirsty boys. I'll just leave that thought there. I know a VTuber who had a toggle effect when hydrate is redeemed and it had no cooldown. I would like to add in some more toggles. Eventually. Fantasy got it. Almost crashed the stream. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably tits. Well, I need to know what that acronym stands for now. Twitch integrated throwing system. That's what it is. So that's what TITS stands for. In case everybody was wondering. So, my friend Sayoni, let's see. I don't know if that'll work. But that's their username. She made my model in like an afternoon. That's why it's just a little bit scuffed. And the outfit is kind of wrong in many ways. I thought I got sent to another stream. No, that's just that's my roommate, and she has tits on her stream, and you can throw pester balls at her. You can do a pester barrage, so one pester ball versus like a whole bunch of them, and her hydrate redeem drops cans of Cloak Zero on her. 'Cause she's the fizzy drinks person in the apartment, and she likes Coke Zero, so she made her own Cloak Zero cans 3D modeled because she's amazing at everything she does. And yeah, it'll drop like cans of Cloak Zero on her. It's kind of fun. They just sort of fall out of the top of the screen and bash her on the head. So eventually I will set up tits, and I don't know what you guys can throw at me. Posture check might just be a bunch of shrimp. So they just unshrimp that spine. If you have suggestions, I will take suggestions. You want to do running streams and do some crazy stuff with your redeems? Cat toys don't really suit Nameless, but maybe there will be some meow redeems perhaps in the future. All of my emotes are my cat Tesla, named after the scientist, not the car company. Speed up or add incline. Ooh, that could be dangerous. Be careful with those. Make sure you have cooldown set up. But that would actually be kind of cool. I think quite a lot of people would actually watch that. I don't think anybody else does it. Are there streams like that? I'm usually not in the fitness side of Twitch. Hi, Rivy. What are you doing? River is visiting. When I turn my character that far, it takes a slow recovery. Imagine having a peaceful run and somebody redeems like 10% incline. Oof! Oh! Yikes. God. That would be rough. You're a fan of the billionaire, huh? Interesting. Name your cats after Nazi cats. How about smaller ships, since Nameless comes from an ocean culture? Oh, maybe. Ships could work. Another hydrate! Nap! No way, I want to do it in a limited time of cooldown. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. That actually sounds really cool. Another hydrate. God. 2 hydrates? 3 hydrates? Jesus Christ, not gonna her. I like the face my avatar makes. That's 3 hydrates and a stretch. Gotta be careful of the shoulder. One day I will have a leap motion and be able to do hand tracking. You'll be able to see me stretch. For now, it's just scuffed, cheap, minimal, minimal movements. The best I can do. Ow. This is painful, but it's probably good for my shoulder. Oh man. There's a good stretch. Did everybody else stretch? More stretching. Refreshing. Bounce the shoulders a little bit. Oh, don't do that. Okay, no bouncing the shoulders. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I can't wait to find out what's wrong with my shoulder. Oh. One more hydrate. Or else my chat wouldn't make my words. I'm trying to live by the treadmill, die by the treadmill. I'm cold and hiding under a blanket. You're gonna start making me dizzy from all this liquid. Necromancer! Is this revenge for taking so long with your art piece? Or do you just like the face that I make? Just ooh. Berry flavored. Oh, there's still more cranberry stuff I gotta add in here. Now that there's room. There we go, there we go. That's all the cranberry stuff used. No, I will not pour the hot chocolate in here. And of course, I've spilled it all over my desk. It's okay, my desk needed to be washed anyways. That was number 3. My lips are turning pruny. You're making me drink so much. I'm gonna have to get a glass. There's only one VTuber who streams endurance sport, which is cycling. Interesting. But they stopped making content. Aww. Did they get a lot of viewers? Because, like, that sounds really interesting. One of a kind? Yeah. That sounds pretty unique. Oh. The kitten heard my roommate awakening. So he's sitting outside of her door going, meh, meh, meh. I wonder if I can get him and make him meow.
Really?
I have the kitten. I have River. He is the noisy one who sounds like he's dying whenever you hold him. At least normally. Right now he's not. River. It's time to hold Fluffy Cat. Gesundheit Fantasy. I think they got a dedicated Nancy cycles with them, like a cycling club. That's kind of cool. It would be cool if you had like a little running club, like online, just to encourage people to like get regular exercise. I think that would be great. I've got a kitten. Kiss his belly. Look at you, all grown up, almost a year old. He's not screaming today. He's purring instead.
wonder if I can catch that. And it has some noise as I move my microphone. Oh yeah. Best stream. I turned up my microphone really high, so I'm trying to kind of speak quietly. I think River's enjoying himself. He's a happy baby. It's so pleasant. Okay. Oh, there he goes. You heard the meow. And now he's gonna scrim. Oh no, he wants to play with his tail now. So I just hold him in one arm. And I take his tail and I fling it in front of his face while he's on his back all curled up and he attacks his tail. It's really cute. So my camera might do some weird things because there's a cat in my arms. Meow 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 meow. You silly bean. You silly bean. Okay, off he goes. Let's turn our microphone down again, put it back where it's supposed to be. This cat hair all over me now. Ugh. It's shedding season. Yes, I'm good. Avatar can't handle the cuteness. No, it can't. Alright. It's noon. My time. You've gotten the cat purrs. We've done a little bit of shoe work, foot glove, however you wish to call it. I have not eaten anything today. My nose just started itching when I'm watching cat hair. I lost my Good emotes. Maybe I should resubscribe to Good. I miss my Good emotes. I use them all the time. Cats. Let's find someone to raid. I saw a message. Yeah, go and eat. I'm kind of hungry, especially now that I'm my stomach hurts from the liquid. This is a little bit too much. Let's see what C-Naught's doing. Hopefully he's on BRB. Moko is just a little bit too high energy, but they're for Tuesdays.
Shy Lily is too big to raid. Pirate Software also too big to raid. Ventrea too big to raid. Isco too big to raid. We're gonna do CNOT because I really love his artwork. He is a master sculptor. Evan is not streaming. Okay, yeah. Next time Evan Blairart is streaming, we'll raid him, but he's not streaming right now. So we're going to raid CNOT. Fine, I'll one more. But my stomach is starting to hurt, Necromancer. It's too much fluid and not enough solid. CNOT Bush. CH. I will see you guys probably tomorrow, very likely tomorrow in the early morning hours. There's cat hair in my mouth. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming by. Ziggy, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you haven't dropped a follow, please do, so you know when I am doing more art. The treadmill thing is going to be your character here, so people can commission it for Chibi, like the one I'm doing here. I'll do a couple of other examples with my characters and friends' characters and stuff. And yeah, but the background will be different. The background and the link, thanks for your support, are special things. So only Necromancer is that. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for coming, and we're off to different horrors. Goodbye.